So we're at High Desert Middle School in the soft dirt area where the parents get in valet and where the students walk. And this is where this whole thing started on the filming on Friday the 7th at the ARCO station. This is how it started, with these tow-away signs that say no parking on Friday the 7th. And also because of the fact that it's contradicts the passenger loading during school days. So when I first saw this, I thought, well, does this mean that crew parking is going to be parking here? Where are the kids going to walk? Because there's no sidewalk. But I was wrong. This was not made clear. The filming is actually at the ARCO station, and the film crew is not parking in this area. They just don't want cars parked in this area because of their shots. So the kids can walk here. That's not the issue. The issue is going to be when the kids get out at 2:05 and they walk through here. Not a big deal. There's a crossing guard and a CHP at the corner. The problem is going to be, where are they going to walk? Because the sidewalk is being taken over by the crew with all their equipment, and the crew parking some of it to unload their equipment is on Crown Valley in the red, but of course they can park because they have a special permit. So my question is, how are the kids going to walk up to the library and McDonald's like they usually do? So we're going to wait and see how they're going to cross them across, because I'm sure they don't want them near all their expensive equipment. So let's see what the answer is. So the filming is going on. We have our valet of parents, which of course they're in valet. They're not parked. They're just temporarily stationary here until the kids come out, which is good. I mean, they can't keep the parents from getting the kids, so it's good they're not making them move. And all because they couldn't film on Saturday and Sunday. They had to film Friday, Saturday. Okay. Hey, friend. This is the nice crossing guard who's always crossing the kids over on Sierra Highway, but they've moved them down here today. So it looks like they've made a path. Earlier today there was no path, but today, this afternoon, it looks like they've actually cleared the sidewalk. So we're going to take a look and see. So I was just approached by someone from the film industry asking me why I was here and how this is news. And I told them I have a right to be here for the safety of the kids. So the signs have changed from earlier, a couple days ago. They said 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. and now they say 6 a.m. So those have changed. Jackie Air has asked that the signs be moved because they weren't in accordance with the permit as far as how many feet they're supposed to be away. And anyways, that's just one of the many issues. So this morning, this area here, he just asked me how this is news. It's funny because I've been speaking with Gary Smith, the CEO for the county. I'm not going to speak to some film person. So they've cleared the sidewalk from earlier today where all their equipment and black tarp was and electrical cords and things. They've moved that out of the way so the kids can have a safe path. So it looks like it's going to be pretty safe for them. And hopefully they have another crossing guard up at Sierra Highway and Crown Valley like usual, because that is a concern. As you can see, the trucks are parked in the red zone because they have a special permit, which makes this area even more congested. Parents are lined up like usual. And we have my favorite crossing guard who's always out here with the kids. I will blur the I will blur this as much as possible for protection of the children, of course. So I'll make the images small, but I am going to follow them across. Looks like the signs are being moved now that I mentioned Jackie Ayer's name. Of course, she just met with the county this morning, and now they're moving the signs. How great. Okay. So, here we go.
Yeah. I'm on my way. I'm ready. Oh, liar.
Watch us trip over it.
Trip over it.
So this morning, the photo I took had black tarp and cords and all kinds of equipment. They've moved it out of the way for the kids, so it's great. Follow them along. All these vehicles are parked in the red, but they have a special permit today. And we'll walk up with the kids across the freeway on-ramp and off-ramp and up to let's see, as they make their way up to Sierra Highway towards the library and McDonald's. I'm gonna walk up to see if the other crossing guard is there, or if he was asked to work this corner today. Again, the question is, why couldn't they do this filming Saturday, Sunday? Why do they have to do it on a Friday? Why is it that our superintendent, who works so hard, who should be working on district-related issues, had to deal with emails and calling and being here early this morning to talk to CHP about safety? That should not be in his job description when film permits seem to be issued willy-nilly. Yeah, there is another crossing guard, so it looks like I can see there's another crossing guard down there. Okay, awesome. I'm so glad that I wasn't videotaping this saying, oh my goodness, where are they gonna cross? They didn't move the equipment. I'm walking back now. You know, but they did. They were given the times, and that's good. But you'll see my photos, and you'll read the article on how this all came about. If they would have just been honest from the beginning, hey look, we're gonna film at the Arco. The no parking isn't because we're gonna park vehicles, it's because we don't want cars parked in our line of shots. And by the way, the kids will have a safe path on the sidewalk. But they never made those things clear. Instead, they were very combative. So there was a lot of back and forth. And now, of course, there's also an issue of the permit signs, which, as I was videotaping this, somebody went and hurriedly moved them. But that took an act of Congress as well, just from Jackie Ayer alone, saying, hey, your permit does not comply with what you're doing. All right. So it's the same old permits being issued willy-nilly. And you know, the CEO of the county feels very empowered because the film industry brings in a lot of money, not to Acton. Not to Acton, but to the county. And because we're unincorporated, they do this all the time. So now look, all of the signs are here. Funny how when they saw me videotaping and they got nasty because I was, which I have every right to do, they moved them. Interesting. Okay, I'm just glad the kids are safe. And I'm glad for this man right here who does an amazing job keeping our kids safe. And it's a good thing they have CHP. This might be the new norm in Acton. Film wherever you want. Inconvenience people. My number one reason was kid safety.
That's big monster.
Kid safety. Thank you to our crossing guard, who I feel is the one who keeps our kids the most safe. And shame on that person for approaching me, saying, why is this news? That's what he said to me. Why is this news? Well, this is why. Because it's a Friday, and they could have filmed this on a Saturday, Sunday. Maybe the gas station didn't want to lose, you know, weekend business on 2 days. I don't know. I don't know the reason. All I know is Acton is prime place to film because of the location. Not, you can get mountains, you can get desert. It's within the distance of LA to have a crew come out for the day and they can go home. You don't have to put them up for the night. And there's still a lot of areas to film in. So it's ideal. Ideal for the film industry. I've heard people say, well, if it's just bothering one person when we're filming or just a small group, that's not the majority. Well, that one person or small group pays taxes. And why should their way of life be affected? Now, today went by pretty smoothly, mainly because the superintendent and the school board got involved. Thank goodness. You can read more and learn more about it in the article.